Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You don't have to like what someone says, but you can admire how assertive that person is. You might not like the activity the person engages in, but you can see courage in that certain activity. Why? Because there are certain values that, they don't care about who's doing what. They just are. So if you have a thief being courageous, the thief was courageous. Now if you have, a good person being courageous, a good person was courageous. So courage, it does not tell me that Emil was courageous or Gigi was courageous, okay? It doesn't mean that you don't have character or you have character if you're courageous. Courage is courage. Act of bravery. Now, we can tell when a country is courageous, when a country is strong, when a country is independent and sovereign, and it conducts its foreign policy and internal policies the way they want, and they are able to block every external influences. Okay? In this case, I'm talking about, yes, Russia. Russia is fighting right now against I don't know how many countries that supposedly are not involved in the war against Ukraine. Don't make a fool of yourselves. This is not Ukraine against Russia, as you probably figured it out. It's Russia against those big guys on the territory of Ukraine, with the Ukrainian nation being the one that it's the most. So what happened, you might say? Well, I'll tell you right now. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda, Ukrainian media outlet, okay? From December 1st, 2022. Kremlin expectedly states not to consider tribunal on Russian crimes legitimate. So what they say? You guys, you can do your hanky-panky over there. You can do whatever you want. I will not consider that legitimate. What does that mean? That means that when you're going to ask for Putin, Lavrov, Peskov is this funny looking guy, okay? When you're going to ask for these guys to show up, Shoigu, Patrushev, maybe Zakharova, you know what I mean. She's not a virgin anymore, but maybe you want her. Anyway, so when you're going to ask for those guys, Russia will say niet. Koniec filma, bye-bye, see you, never. Why? And what they're going to do about it? Nothing. Why? Because it's too strong. So I like when strong countries or strong individuals, even if they are, in this case, portrayed as the bad dudes. So a bad dude, but he's strong. You admire strength. You can say, well, strength, but he used his strength in a negative act. That's true. I don't say it's positive or negative. I just said that was strong. That's all. That's where you have to stop. I don't say anything else. So, in this case, Russia says, yeah, you do your hanky-panky over there. We don't give a fuck. Eventually, it's about who's got this. Actually, triceps, because that helps you, not this. But anyway, shoulder, hips, heels, knee, whatever. So let's go. Dmitry Peskov, that guy, the press secretary of the President of the Russian Federation, said that the Kremlin would condemn the creation of the special tribunal to investigate Russia's crimes. Well, I would agree if that tribunal would investigate United States' crimes, Great Britain's crimes, Germany's crimes, France's crimes, and believe me, there's a lot of material over there to look into. And after they do all that, then I say, okay, after you figure all that out and you dispense justice, then you come in, we're going to take care of me. But before that, make sure you go to Zelensky's house, Zhmihal's house. You might find some crimes over there, okay? So please do that. And then I'm open to discuss it with you. Do you think that's going to happen? No. So at least here, the Russians are not naive. So Peskov says this, and I'm quoting, "As for the attempts to establish any tribunals, they will not have any legitimacy and will not be accepted by us. We will condemn it." Basically, this is what the United States has been saying for so many years. So anyway, instead, Peskov claimed that Russian investigators are working very hard and throughout the record and thoroughly to record all the crimes of the Kiev regime. Okay, well, we like investigations, don't we? As long as they are impartial, right? The National Assembly of France, the lower house of the French Parliament, adopted a very powerful resolution in support of Ukraine and urged the world for establishment of a special tribunal for the Russian president and his inner circle. for the crimes of aggression against Ukraine and beyond it. Well, don't you think that the Russians, beyond having a, how do you call that, conservation instinct still, self-conservation instinct, they know some history? And I would just assume that they are familiar with the Nuremberg trials that were very, very, very fair and perfect and all that, okay? So let's put it to the side. Don't you think they are aware of that one? Don't you think that they're not aware of the Saddam Hussein trials? Or they with Slobodan Milosevic? Do you think that they don't know that? I think they already know what's going on. So they said no, no, no. We want equality, equity. Remember, we like equity? Yes, we do. Not here though. It's only you, and we're gonna singling you out. That's how it works, man. It's just about power. It's not about justice. It's not about rule of law. It's not about allies, friends, and all that. Friends and allies are temporary. How should I put it? A temporary stone that you step on, and you get whatever you want to get, and then you kick it to the side. And if you can share that with the other person, good. If not, again, it depends on your power, your strength. And I'm glad not because these criminal Russians, the terrorists, are not abiding by the rule of law like the Americans, for instance. And by the way, I had they ignored 29 resolutions voted to condemn its embargo on Cuba. 29 UN resolutions against their embargo of Cuba. What happened? You can guess. Yes, nothing. So then when they do that and they abide by all those resolutions, then probably the Russians will take them seriously. The same with Israel. The same. Yeah, it was condemned for having nuclear weapons and occupying illegally territories that were acquired by by war, which is illegal. If I occupy a territory, even if I was attacked, if I occupy a territory, so I beat your ass, okay, and after the hostilities stop, I cannot have that incorporated in my territory if it was a war between us, okay? Unless the people vote in a referendum. So Israel sits on certain kind of lands, and they acquire it by war, and they didn't give it back. So that's illegal by the international law. Anything happened? I don't remember anything happening, but people voted to condemn it every now and then. And there's a country that always veto it. Can you guess who that is? No, it's not China. Yes, it's United States of America. So all this BS is it's a farce. It's a farce. So the Russians, I think they know all these things, and they will not be eager, as I said, including the conservation instinct that we still have. I'm not going to let myself judged by you who are the criminal. You committed crime over there, and you tell me that I should go and you are my judge. How about we change roles for about 50 years? No? Oh, I thought so. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.